go ahead and start recording. Today's call is Becoming Your Best. And over the years in my own personal life, I've always tried to have a challenge. And the challenge is, how can I become my best, my personal best? And I want to share with you some of the things I've learned in this self-evaluation and then end up with a challenge for you folks to honestly determine if you want to be your best, what actions do we need to take to achieve that. And the first step is, if you're honest with yourself and decide where you can improve. I would say that every one of us, if we honestly evaluate ourselves, and we're going to find at least several areas that we can improve. And by the way, if you say, gosh, that's not me, I'm perfect, start with that one, because you're not. And that would be a tremendous weakness. But I've never had any struggles determining a couple areas where I can improve. And one of the important things in this is, don't tear yourself up. If you're analyzing yourself to improve, then there's no reason to rip into your flesh and tear yourself up, be brutally cruel to yourself. But pick a couple areas in this. Now, one that I struggle with, I'll share with you today, and that is because I'm traveling so much. And again, there's an excuse, right? I think that all weaknesses, we have excuses or reasons why we can't accomplish something. But one of my areas of opportunity for improvement is, if I travel, get into a hotel room later in the evening, it's easy for me to not exercise at all. And the problem with that is, if I don't exercise at all, guess what? I start gaining weight. And also in travel, it adds to that, because I'm going to come up with another excuse. Gosh, when you're traveling, it's hard to find appropriate food to eat, so just pull into the closest fast food place, grab a quick sandwich, and hit the road. That's never good for you. But combine those two things together, and then you've got a situation where I'm going to gain weight. So this is obviously a weakness. And first thing is, when you pick something, an area of opportunity for you to improve, then determine in your mind to make that weakness a strength. And when you determine to do that, there's only one way to work on it. And that is, first of all, to make yourself accountable to a friend if you can, or somebody. And now the second part of that is, when you're accountable, if you can't be accountable to a friend or you don't feel comfortable with that, then be accountable to yourself. And what you do then is, what action steps do you have to take to make this weakness a strength? And if you develop an action plan, for me it would be, gosh, I got to have a time of the day to at least get some walking in, and determine that I am going to eat more of the right foods, even if it's a hassle when I'm traveling. It's possible. So when you determine what action steps you need to take, then the commitment to improve yourself pops in. And the accountability part is, if you fall short, one thing I'm determined in life happens to us all, is that you get into areas where compromise is easy. For example, yesterday afternoon, I was in a dealership, had pizzas for lunch. Yeah, that was easy. Grab a few pieces of pizza, but it doesn't help achieve the goal that I set for myself. So the determination and the willpower that says no compromise, and that's where the results are generated. But I've determined in my life that when you try to work on weaknesses that you've determined are in your life, you can make those strengths. And if you look to it in the management or the dealership level and in the business life, it's there too. The same things. I was talking to a service manager a few days ago that had a weakness in handling warranty claims properly. He knows that he had a weakness there. Didn't like handling warranty claims. So guess what? He avoided that. Now the challenge is to say, I don't like them. I know I shy away from them. I shy away from the rejects. I don't handle it appropriately, or I don't manage that portion well. Then you attack that first. Then you make that a priority to accomplish. And in the business world, if you don't attack these weaknesses, it turns into poor performance. Rejected warranty claims might turn into uncollectible. It could be open repair orders are excessive. So you attack the open repair orders with a vengeance, with the determination that whatever weakness you have, you're going to make that a strength. With determination and hard work, you can achieve great things. But it's the lack of compromise that will get that big result that we all want. So in business, always be working on ways to improve your operation. Always have at least 2 things that you admit are areas of opportunity, and then attack them with the vengeance and determination that won't allow compromise to enter into the equation, because the compromise is where the benefit, the result declines. And then I think you got to always have hope. Hope to achieve the result. Hope to achieve the desired performance improvement. If you never lose hope that it can be accomplished, you're well on your way starting to the improvements that we need. And always understand, if you pick 5 or 10 areas of opportunity, 5 or 10 things you want to improve at once, you'll overwhelm yourself and not be able to achieve the amount of success you could if it was just 1 or 2. So always just focus in on 1 or 2 at a time. Make yourself accountable. And if it's to yourself, that's fine. And have a way to track the performance. Have a way to track how you're doing. And then visualize yourself at the end of that being successful. So here again, I know that this works in the personal life. It also works in the company life. I have things in my company we're working on as a team and individually. It doesn't mean that you're perfect. It means that you understand areas of opportunity and to achieve the growth that we all want, we have to always be working to become our best.